Hi, my name is Zach and you're watching another bite-sized build video. Today I'm going to show you how I built these custom closet shelves. We moved to Vermont in March and bought a new house that has kept me really busy with tons of projects. One of the most immediate needs after moving in was to install some closet shelves and rods to hang our clothing. I started this project by taking some measurements of the closet space and making a model in Fusion 360. I wanted to include as much closet rod space as I could and fit in some square cubbies if possible. I ended up with this two-tiered L-shaped design with several cubbies. My goal was to build all the shelves out of one sheet of 3/4 inch plywood. I cut down the full sheet into all the individual pieces using a circular saw. Since I knew that these shelves were going to have a lot of surface area, I figured that it would be a much better idea to paint all the pieces before I assemble them rather than wait until after. Here you can clearly see the two tall sides and several short horizontal pieces that will make up the cubbies, as well as the L-shaped top shelf and two lower shelves. While I'm painting these pieces, I'd like to take a quick moment and talk to you about Patreon. If you're not familiar with Patreon, it's a way for you to show your support for content creators like me by directly donating money to support their efforts. If you visit patreon.com/bitesize, you'll find some exclusive rewards that include things like extra behind-the-scenes content, free merchandise, and monthly video chats where we can talk about making things. Patreon support means a lot to me because it's a way for me to connect directly with you. When you support me on Patreon, you're helping make these projects and videos happen. I will have a link in the description as well as at the end of the video where you can visit my Patreon page and check out all the different reward tiers. Thanks for letting me take this time to talk about Patreon. Now it's back to the shelves. I learned something really important at this point. It's cold here in Vermont. It got so cold that my glue bottle actually started to turn to gel. I heard Jimmy DeResta talk about this issue on the podcast Making It. His solution is to actually take the glue bottles home with them at the end of the day so that they don't freeze. I posted about this problem on Instagram and got good advice from several people. I ended up giving the glue bottle a little warm bath for about 30 minutes in a mason jar. This seemed to work, so I took it back out with me to work. After that, I kept the glue bottle in the pouch of my hoodie like a little kangaroo. I thought about patenting this idea and calling it Kanga Glue. The assembly of the shelves was pretty straightforward. I took one of the tall sides and started gluing and brad nailing the short cubby pieces into place. After finishing the first side of the cubbies, I attached the second side with some more glue and brad nails. The next task was to figure out how to hide the edge of the plywood. I bought some 1x4 material and cut it down into thin strips that I could use for trim. I had never used this method before, but it seemed to work okay. When I was done attaching all the trim, I came back with some wood filler and filled in all the holes where the brad nails were. After drying, I used my random orbital sander and knocked down everything so that it was smooth. I came in with some more paint and touched everything up before giving it one final sanding. At this point, I was ready to bring in the whole assembly and install it in my closet. I channeled my innermost Paul Jackman and carried the pieces upstairs. Okay, so here's a quick shot of the closet that this is going to be installed in. You can see here on the left and right side, I've already installed a couple of the little slots that the rods will go into, but I need to slide that cubby right here. So we'll have that one shelf that goes all the way across that goes in an L shape up top, and then the two lower shelves, one right here, and then another shelf down here. I went ahead and put a level against the wall and found that the lower half of the wall was pretty close to being level. However, the upper half of the wall had quite a bit of a bow in it, so I decided to use the lower half as a reference. I marked the location where the cubby will sit on the wall and then attached a couple of mounting boards on the rear of the shelf. Next, I pre-drilled some holes and screwed the cubbies to the wall. After that, I struggled with the large L-shaped top shelf for a while until I finally got it into place. Finally, I installed the closet rod mounting hardware along with the rods. Here's the final shot of the closet shelf installation. This was a lot of work and a lot of learning, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I have several more empty closets that I need to build shelves for, so hopefully I can take what I learned here and apply it when it comes time to build those shelves. Hopefully this project inspired you to build something that you're excited about. I've got a huge long list of projects that I'm really excited to build in this new shop. If that sounds like something you're interested in, please consider subscribing to Bite Sized. I'm Zach, and I'll see you next time.